To order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd ask Mrs. Romine to lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First, we have, or next, we have approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. And Mr. Otis is not here, so do we have any public comment here in person? All right, seeing none. Next, Clerk Treasurer Parthun, claims approval.
Okay, we have January 5th civil city payroll in the amount of $525,841.02.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. All
Civ-
opposed, nay?
Oops, Thank you. Civil city claims in the amount of $753,688.05.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, nay?
We have sewage claims in the amount of $115,929.76.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then finally, water claims in the amount of $108,557.66.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And then we have, presenting to the board, 5 different conflicts of interest that we need a Board of Works approval. Some are City of LaPorte employees, some are City of LaPorte council members. I'm just going to name them off, and if you want to make the motion for all 5. Jamie Francis, Brett Slater, Lauren Huffman, Arno Pressler, and Mary Ann Richards.
Legal will review these, Courtney, as well.
Yeah, if they have a conflict with the City of LaPorte, then it's listed. We get Board of Works approval, the county, we get it filed with the county, and then we list it on the State of Indiana's Gateway website for City of LaPorte.
Perfect, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Department head reports, we'll pass on those unless there's something pertinent. Okay. New business, Chief Breton, permission to accept letter of resignation.
You have before you letter of resignation retirement for Bill Dednegard, who has taken, the assistant chief, who's taken a job in the private sector. His last day will be the 24th, next week.
Wow, didn't see that one coming.
No,
Did you?
no.
No. Okay, well, I hate to see that.
Yeah.
I hate to see that happening. I understand. We obviously thank him so much for all that he's done and wish him well in his new career. And are you asking for a motion to accept this and then?
Yes, for hiring.
For a merit commission? Okay, I'll make
Add
it.
it to the, we'll add it to the list of, I think we're at 5 now.
Oh, wow.
Just along with this, since we aren't doing department reports, after you vote on it, I just want to say something about another retirement, so.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the resignation and the, for the merit commission to replace that position.
Second. And I echo your comments that we really thank him for his service. And I know I read through it. How many years?
He's just shy of 24.
24. Very impressive. So we thank him for his service.
And along with that, next Wednesday, we're going to have a luncheon for Julie Smith, who's leaving after 35 years. She was in the drop, was chief twice as fill-in. One time, I believe the first time about 1.5 years, then the second time for 3 months. She's held every position. That's a big loss as well. It's also Bill's last day. He's talking that he's not, it's his birthday, so he's not coming in. So, but we'll have a luncheon at noon. Anybody wants to come down to the police station?
On the
Wish them-
24th?
yes.
Is that the day you said? That's good to know. Thank you, Chief. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, lots of big shoes to fill.
Right.
Yes.
And along with that, we had our agility test on Frigid last Thursday night. Out of 5, 4 passed the written and the agility test, so we're moving on to the background phase and all them. One of them is our intern that the board approved. He passed with flying colors. It's great to see
great.
him, that here he's ready to graduate college in May, and hopefully we can move him right into a position.
Very nice.
Fantastic. That's great.
I think that was motion and seconded, right?
Yes.
Somebody did second it, okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes. Thank you, Chief Breton. Jerry Jackson Hall, the wastewater permit renewals.
I've got 4 hauled wastewater permit renewals for renewal. Sunset Septic, Free Flow Environmental, Gift Septic, and Hunky Hale Porta Potty. All 4 have been good customers, no problems with them. I'd recommend renewal of the hauled wastewater permits.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All right, no issues, as you said, with them in the past?
Nope.
All right, very good. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Then we got basement backup grant.
This is for 1214 Illinois Avenue. They had some damage here, it's been some months ago, and have applied, have asked for compensation for the damages, and we're dealing with that right now. But simultaneously, they're going through the grant process. They got a quote from H&G for the work, $3,475. This is one where the area is combined, and there's a potential for backup in the future. I would recommend that you approve the backup, the grant.
I'll make a motion to approve the grant. This starts a new year too with a full, how much do we have in the bucket?
Oh, I should have brought that number. I'm sorry.
25,000-ish
I think
or
that's what it was. I
something.
should have brought last year's number.
Yeah.
I'll bring that.
That's the total we'll have for this year for the grants. Okay.
Can this work be done right now with it being?
It's
froze?
inside.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
inside.
Well, that's good. I thought they'd maybe have to dig outside in the ground.
I've had our first ever callback, so to speak, on a basement backup grant. Everyone we've always fixed has stayed fixed. And this one's got a failed pipe under the floor that's still live to the combined sewer. So and he's got cracks in his floor, so he's getting some sewage coming up through the cracks.
So this one's a
No,
callback?
that's a different
Oh,
one. That's a
gotcha.
different
Okay,
one.
gotcha.
So we're dealing with that one too, but it's kind of, I don't know how many we've done. That'd be an interesting number to have too, but it's been a good,
Yeah,
successful program.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think
think we
you were
did a
just
motion.
about making a
I
motion.
think I did a motion.
You
I'll make
have a motion. What is it? What dollar amount is it? Do you know, did you say that? I'm sorry, I stepped out.
$3,475.
Okay.
Yeah, second it, just to be sure.
Yes.
Any other discussion? And so just, I know we went to a different sort of cost sharing on this, so what's the city's commitment on that?
I think we pay the first $1,500 and 90% thereafter. I think that's how.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a different kind of
Yep.
formula, so to speak.
I'll go back to the minutes and double check
As I
that,
said,
and
yeah.
I can email it to you guys. I'll
Okay.
email it to all.
Okay, thank
I
you.
know it's in place, I just
It's in the
wanted-
minutes.
okay.
We use it every time we do this calculation, yeah.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Nick Minnick, Civic Improvements.
We have the application number 8 for the Civic in the amount of $170,202.38. Would recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, any discussion?
Really enjoyed being at the Civic for the invitational and sitting in the seats and
And
enjoying how amazing it looks and the energy that was in there that weekend.
yeah,
the
we've
long
been
weekend.
hearing that a lot. I know Mark probably hears it more than I do too, but
Yeah.
people are enjoying doesn't seem like massive upgrades, but it really is in certain ways.
Yeah,
so.
even the railings with the lights, like that's just
Yeah.
really cool features. Love that.
There's no doubt the seating is far
Yeah.
more comfortable. Yeah.
I think there were a lot of people concerned about losing the kind of the feel of the Civic, and I think we were able to, Park Department, Civic, everyone was able to bring it together where it's comfortable and you don't lose that feel really.
No, I really didn't feel that you did. And I was concerned about that because it's such a cool place.
I imagine for those days where we might consider wearing a top hat, we'll just have to maybe hold it or something out that it won't slip into those little holders, but got to make some concessions somewhere, right?
I'm sure Brett can accommodate
Yeah.
top hats as necessary.
Yeah. Bring it back, Mark, bring
That's
it
right,
back.
yeah. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes, thank you. And we
Next,
got-
I have a on-call professional services contract for survey. So this is for Hendricks and Associates. It's really convenient to be able to give them a call and say, I need a couple shots here for elevation, or can you identify a property line, or edge of right of way, different things like that. Instead of having to always get quotes and go through that process, we try and make sure we're using the right people for the right job when it comes to professional services. So this is just a professional service agreement with Hendricks and Associates in order to go out and do that. I think utilities uses a number of surveyors too, and engineers and different folks. So trying to get a couple of these agreements in place to make it a little bit easier on the department to get stuff done.
Great, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second, any discussion?
I'm all about efficiencies, and so,
Is this the first time that we're doing these with these organizations?
This is the first time we've done one with Hendricks and Associates. Normally what we do is we do a project by project basis with them. But last year we had several, so this year it kind of makes sense to do an on-call like this, I think. And then the next one is a group that I've worked with in the past, but we really haven't worked with much in the city, and it'd be a good opportunity to, they do have people local living here in LaPorte, so we can get to that one next.
This would be useful for wastewater, too.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the, I don't recall catching the.
there's kind of hourly rates, it's on page 2, is that
Yeah,
what
well, I was
you're-
thinking of like a tipping point of what's the amount that if something were to exceed a certain amount, when would it require a separate approval?
So what I try and do is I try and make sure that these never go over $10,000. And I mean, 2 $10,000 contracts, and I'm pretty much out of professional services for the year. So, so we really try to use these sparingly. But the in our purchasing guidelines, as a department head, I believe it's either an $8,000 or $10,000 limit. But we try and never go over 10 on these.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes, thank you.
And then the second one, that's us. Then the second one is Great Lakes, and this is also Thate Surveying. So Thate's been around in the LaPorte area for a long time. Great Lakes, they've got some staff that live over here as well, and just kind of an opportunity to get them engaged. They're engaged in a couple other projects locally, so makes sense to be able to utilize them on things adjacent that the city would need, as well as the things they're doing and for people in the private sector.
Great, I will make a motion to approve.
Second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes, thank you.
Thank you.
Unfinished business, we got a proposal for professional engineering services, but I think we're going to keep that tabled.
Looks like until probably
President.
February 20th.
Could I please add one item to the agenda? I apologize. We have a bid opening that we advertised for the Beechwood Lakes property for today.
We were running so smooth.
I know,
Yes.
I know. So I have one bid that was received that I'd like to open publicly for that bid offering.
You've got the affidavit of or the.
I do have the
publication of
affidavit of notification from the Herald Dispatch. Do I need to do anything with this?
Just say when it was advertised, so it's on the record.
It was advertised on November 24th and December 1st of 2023. Okay, and we have received one bid from CE Golf Design. Looking for the bid form. Request. Okay, it says CE Golf Design makes an offering price for the property of $1,000 due at the time of the closing of the property in addition to the $2.5 million worth of golf course improvements. Closing to happen within 120 days of the day of being selected for the project. Enclosed is the Form 95, an offering price of less than the minimum offering price of $1,865,000. So this will, I would request that this be taken under advisement and reviewed by staff and legal team, and then we'll come back to you with next steps
Great.
for this.
Recommendation.
And a recommendation for this.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so no motions on this one, just to
Nothing to
review.
do.
Yep,
Okay.
just an opening.
Just a public, yeah. Thank you.
All right, any other unfinished business?
Yeah, anything else to share, Craig?
Sorry?
Anything else to share?
No, thank you.
Okay.
All right. All right, our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Tuesday, February 6th at 9 a.m. And with that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned.